Well, hello my friends, and welcome back to the bench. Today we're going to be testing Green Stuff World metal color sets. For this video, we're going to test this one, steel and silver. They also have golden tones, and I'll do this in a separate video. And ooh, these are really good looking. Let's put this aside, and in this set we have gunmetal gray, quicksilver, anthrax metal, mystic white, shark fin blue, and tin metal gray. Pretty good looking colors there. Let's go ahead and see what we got in the box. I paid, I think, 20 bucks for each set. Oh, there we go. Let's see, is this an instruction? No, it's just a color chart. Man, they have a lot of colors. Who knew they had this many colors? Primers, acrylic colors, look at all those. Oh, wait, there's even more. Sheesh, fluorescents, chromes, I know about the chromes, dipping inks, which I don't use, opaque colors, metallic, and color shifts. Color shifts are really good, I tested those. Inks, washes, dyes, auxiliary paints, what is this? Oh, True Blood, Orc Blood, that's for their miniatures. Most of the stuff's for miniatures, what am I saying? And then the liquid pigments, acrylic inks. Wow, a lot of stuff to choose from. Anyway, this is their metal set. Now, this is pretty cool how they broke this down. They went ahead and put the everything kind of silver-based and steel-based, and I guess in this one will be gold and brass. Yes, gladius, bronze, steampunk, copper, gold, antique gold, bronze. Yeah, that's pretty nice too. We'll do that in a separate vid. For this one, we will concentrate on these. These are true acrylics. These are water-based paints. There's no solvent in these at all. So, for these, we're going to use a regular thinner. We're not going to use rubbing alcohol like we did in the awesome Atom paints that I tested a couple of videos back, and these are fantastic. Highly recommended on the Atom paints. Put those back. But those you could use rubbing alcohol to thin them, because you could see the flame logo that was on the thinner for them. This is a I don't have their thinner, but I looked it up and it's not an alcohol base at all. And I tried some quickly here, and I got a funny look to them. So it affected them. So we're going to stick with thinners, and for that we're going to try these new thinners I got on Amazon. I bought all three. These were sold separately. First of all, here is this company's, what is it? Hardem Airbrush Thinner. Dilutes color. Dilutes. And, oh, dissolves the paint. There we go. Increases its flow. Delays the drying inside the airbrush without altering the paint property. 2 to 3 drops through 10 drops of paint. Although viscosity and storage conditions may affect, yeah. So there we go. We're going to try that. I also have the cleaner. Eliminates color, rest, and lubricates the airbrush. And this is their flow improver. Now, this is just as thin as their thinner. Yep. So I'm wondering if I can just... Well, I'm going to do this in a separate test, these three. But I'm curious. I bet you I can just thin it with this. Here we go. Softening medium that reduces surface tension to prevent backlashes and marks. Delaying drying time while ensuring color stability. 2 drops to 10 drops of paint, although quantity may vary between products. Maybe we'll add a drop of that. What we're going to do is we're going to brush some on here, and then we're going to airbrush some on these figures, of course, that I used for the awesome Atom paints. Let me reach up here and grab one. There's the Atom paints. I absolutely love these. So we had a few left over. I sprayed these black primer, Vallejo spray can black primer, and pretty nice. I only use this stuff because I have so much of it. I got to start using it. So we'll airbrush that, and we'll airbrush it over plastic. See how it holds on to that, and then we'll see how it looks over gray primer. So we'll do that on the airbrush, and I'm going to brush We'll use this gray one. This was left over from the atom test. So we'll brush and see how it brushes on. And I'm going to use blue for the test, but we're going to show every color at the end of the test, as I did on the last one. But for thinning and brushing and airbrushing, we'll just use this one color. I'll use the blue because it's it'll show up best on camera. Comes with a stirring ball inside it. Pretty cool. Now, I don't know if I have to thin these at all. Let me take a peek. Yeah, I would probably, yeah, I'm going to thin that for the airbrush. So let's put a bunch in there. Beautiful color. That's probably enough. Let's do a separate one for brushing. I don't know if this should be thin for... Nah, I think too thin for brushing might be asking too much. Let's go ahead and brush this on. Put this aside for the airbrush. This we will use the brush. I'll use my silicone GSI Creos brush, flat number 8. It's a beautiful brush. And then my new holder I got from Citadel. Package is over here. Hold on. I have a Games Workshop nearby. And that's where I picked this up. All right, let's go ahead and let's see. Oh, you know what? Hold on. Let's get the... We'll use their cleaner. We'll get this ready so I can clean the brush the second we're done here. So let's pour some in here. All right, we'll put this here. We'll use that to clean the brush. All right, let's go to town here. Oh, I don't know. Is this going to make it through the whole... It's a big piece, that's why. Oh, brush is on kind of nice. Yeah, beautiful color. I love this. This was also in the Atom paint line, too. It's almost the exact same color. But I want to see how this dries compared to airbrushing it. The Atom paint actually went on pretty good. Okay, what we're going to do here is I'm going to thin it a little bit for the figure part. And let's see if we can stretch the soup, as they say. Let's see if we can stretch this out. It brushes, well, yeah, you got to level it out a little bit. It's probably going to settle itself, too. Being a little hasty here. Does go on pretty good, though. All right, I'm going to thin this a little bit. Hold on. We'll go with the thinner that they have here. Just a couple of drops. Very little. I'm going with very little. I don't have my wet palette. That's in the other room, but we're just going to throw it on this guy quick and see what we get. I think thinning it out a little bit helped. It seems to go into... It finds its way pretty well. I see a little bit of bubbling, but you know what? I had that on the Atom, and they disappeared as it dried. All right, so we have no metal music playing in the background while we're doing this because the last one cost me some money. The monetizations recognize the song, and we have to share revenue. So I left the song in because I absolutely love that band. They're one of my favorites of all time, Royal Hunt. So maybe they could use the 10 cents, whatever the royalty is, on that video. We'll see, right? Oh, we're going to get up here. We get this guy's sword or spear here. Now, I'm going to just go this one layer. We'll see how it looks. 2 layers would probably be the way to go. It would be flawless. But then again, if you're going to be maybe just the armor you're going to paint, and then you're going to do everything else in different shades. So I'm just doing this to see if we can see how it brushes on. You know, we're just doing it quick to see what it looks like once it's dry. But it cleans really good. It went on pretty nice. So thumbs up already, barring if anything bad should happen here. We'll let him dry. We're going to have to take him off that because I need it to paint this guy with the airbrush. So let's go ahead and see if this... Oh, man. Yeah, pretty good thinner. Took a lot of the paint right off. I'm going to go ahead with my little clothespin trick here so I don't bend my bristles. I'll just like them to sit upright in the thinner, in the cleaner, so it doesn't bend the bristles. We'll let that sit there. There we go. All right, so I'm going to, let's thin some of this out. Where was it? Over here. We'll thin that out for, what if we'll try the flow improver? Let's see if we can thin it with this. Just a couple. Let's look at this first. Hold on, guys. Break your sticks in half. That's how you stretch them out. And see if it's affecting. No, it looks like it's not affecting. You can tell right away if it's going to affect the paint. You can see the bubbles or such chunking up. But this looks perfect. Beautiful color. All right, let's head over to the booth. Let's grab this guy. Let's get this guy. I'm gonna have to, as I pause the camera, this guy's gonna dry a little bit so I can grab him, get him off this without ruining it, and we'll let him dry, and then we'll put him on there and airbrush it along with a couple of spoons. Let's head over to the booth. Let's check this out. All right, guys, I didn't thin it too much. Even though it looks thin there, it's a little on the thick side. You don't want to thin acrylics too much. I just reached up on my board and grabbed my Grex. I haven't used it in a while, so I'm trying to use all my brushes as I see them sitting up there in the gun rack, so to speak. Here we go. All right, let's... there we go. Let's put it on a little bit here. Oh, I didn't hook up my super silent compressor here yet. As you can hear, my other one, my original, we'll call it the original, the OG. Right, let's let that coat sit. Hold on. Let the spoon's on the bench. Hold on, guys. Let me pause this and grab the spoon. All right, waited for the compressor to stop and reach back and got my spoon. This is a black plastic spoon. I sanded the surface. Let's let that sit. We'll use the gray. And there goes the compressor again. I think I got used to the new one. It didn't turn on at all. Trying to get the base on this thing. Don't mind no glove when it's an acrylic. Just break out my orange pumice cleaner and my hands clean right up. One of the bonuses of spraying with a acrylic. So grab this spoon here. They seem to spray pretty good. Not great. They got a little bit of a pad into them. It looks like it'll disappear when it dries, probably, but I think the atoms blow these out of the water already. All right. Oh, just ran out. Nice shade of blue. All right, we'll let this guy dry. We'll let them all dry. I got all of them painted. We'll go back at the bench. I'll show you all 6 colors on all the soldiers and on black spoons and the gray spoon. So we'll meet you back at the bench. We'll check these out. All right, here we are back at the bench with the results. As I'm spraying them, I think they look too close to each other. But looking at them now, particularly on the soldiers here, they're pretty good. They're distinctive. They're just enough, different enough. Now, this is what my buddy likes. He paints miniatures. Doesn't even play Warhammer or anything. It's a hobby if it's just painting these miniatures. And this is exactly what he likes. These subtle differences between colors for shadings and whatnot. And so this is right up his alley. But I'm guessing that's exactly what this is for. It's the subtleness of each shade. This one is gunmetal gray. Now they painted pretty good. They're just a little bit, they're not flawless. There's a little bit to them that I'm not crazy about. There's some chunkies in there. Looks like I should have strained them. And I didn't have to strain the atom paints, you know. You know, testing these so close to the Atom paint is really showing off the difference. Anyway, this was over black. This is over the gray primer. Not much of a difference there. Looks great over this black primer, though. That's gunmetal gray. What's the next one here? Anthrax metal. Anthrax. Look at that. This is a really good color. Let's compare it to gunmetal. Oh yeah, you can see the difference. And here it is over black, over gray. Oh, a little bit of a difference there. What's up? Mystic White. This is an odd one to throw in, huh? Mystic White. But then again, when you look at it, you know, over the black, it covered pretty nice. Pretty good. Good base to start with. And you can add your coloring to this. Let's see how it looks. I know I had trouble spraying it on the spoons. Yeah, it's got these... Again, it's got these chunkies. Oh, there you go. But not many whites are great. We'll be testing this soon for a Patreon member. And I brushed this on quick and was blown away by it. So maybe the reputation precedes that paint because it looks like early tests are great. This is not great. However, you don't see those little bits when you're painting a miniature. So they could be there, but they could be in the crevices or settled in. It looks really good as far as painting it on him. What's this next? This is awesome looking tin metal gray. Look at this one. Beautiful. Not like I'm spraying it and saying, yeah, it looks like the last color, but they're all quite different. Yep. Really nice. I do like the color choice now that we are looking at them side by side. Over black, over gray. Again, a little splotchy, not great. It seems to have trouble over larger surfaces, and versus more fine details, you don't see any of that. It actually just lays itself down really good. What's this one? Quick Silver. That's a beauty. That's a nice silver. Is it like the white? No, the white is much... Oh, wow. What a difference. Look at that. So, yeah, they are quite different. They know what they were doing when they put these together. Quicksilver over black and gray. Oh, this one laid down good, though. I didn't get no trouble with this one. Very flat. Well, this... I usually like to wait a long time to test its durability, but I got good nails. It's pretty good. Wow, it's pretty durable. I don't know if tape. Let's try some tape. Hold on. Had to reach back and grab some of my tape. No, you could tell it's really durable. Good for them. And it is a durable paint. I tested the Atom paint after it sat a couple days with the tape test. Perfect, really durable, just like this. All right, let's get this out of here. All right, the last one was the blue. Here is the brushed on. I put the brush on it, and I left him on the stand, so I knew I airbrushed him. It brushed on really good. As good as the Atom. So it did brush on well. It dried nice. Let's look at him versus airbrushed. It's probably going to be a little darker, just like the Atom paint. Yeah, it is a little bit darker. See that? Or brighter, I should say. What? There it is, airbrushed. Shark fin blue. Beautiful color. Here it is over the black. It's plastic and the gray. Oh, is that spots on it? Oh, that was me. All right. Little blotchies here I could see. So some colors give you a little trouble. Let me compare this to the blue from Atom. It's right above me. Oh, beautiful. Look at this Atom. Look at that. These Atom paints are really good. I was really impressed right off the bat. That said, I got something to tell you guys at the end of this test, which will be right about now. Here is the Atom paints. Let's look at the colors on those quick, only because it's a similar paint and we just did them recently. Here is, I'll grab the colors there. That was the set I showed at the beginning. That's their metallic set. But not bad. They did a pretty good job here. They actually ended up spraying pretty good. I will do a second video with the gold, and what is it? Golden tones. So these are a little more varied compared to these. So we will do that test. So anyway, I got these on eBay, and the guy was located in New York, so I got them kind of fast, 2 days. I buy a lot of stuff directly from Green Stuff, and they're in Spain, but that takes like 3 weeks, 2 weeks. But still reasonable. Here's a couple of other products I got from them. Cosmic Silver. I don't know what this is, but I was curious, and I want to see what it looks like. Is it a chrome, or is it a holographic chrome? And check this out. Chrome Clear Coat. Varnish for chrome effect. So I'm curious how this works, but then again, it looks like every other one. The acrylic, like the floor polish kind of stuff that's all clad aqua gloss. It looks like those, but it still warrants a test, so we will do that. Anyway, guys, that is the test. Pretty good paint, not as much as a thumb up as Adam, but they are pretty nice. They airbrush pretty good, particularly with those new airbrush thinners that I showed. I'll grab them now, and I'll put a link below where I got these on Amazon. And yeah, really good. I cleaned the airbrush too with the cleaner. Anyway, that is the test, and just a heads up, coming up in 2 days is a Prime. I'm going to do another Prime video. I'll look for all the specials that have to do with what I show here, and look out for that on Tuesday. I'm going to have to get up bright and early and go through all the sales and see what's there for you guys. I'll separate everything, and we'll go through all of that. And I'm going to have a special unboxing, a preview of a all-new acrylic line of paint. This is an extensive line of paint. I got 3 cases sent to me just a day or 2 ago, and cut open one box. I knew what it was. Blown away. You guys are going to be blown away. It's going to take multiple videos to test this paint out. Colors, metallics, primers. Let me turn off my compressor. It's all new paint line from a new company. You guys are going to love it. And it comes out in August, so I'm just going to undo an unboxing and start testing it now so that it's ready for when they come out in August. So I will show you that. Anyway, guys, that is the test. I want to have you guys have a great rest of your weekend. It was 4th of July weekend here. Kind of threw me off being the day off Friday. And then Saturday back to work. And it was a little off kilter, but knowing tomorrow is Monday, we start off fresh again. I'll be back in the groove. We're going to go listen to some thrash. I've been listening to some thrash. This Harlot album blew me away. I have all their stuff, but to go back and hear it again, it's really impressive. This band is really great. Throwback thrash. Fantastic. I think they're from Europe, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, check out Harlot. Extinction is the album. They're all great. But this is what I was just listening to, and it's just mind-blowingly great. Anthrax, of course, the great thrash band from New York. And I just got this. I had it digitally, but now I got the CD. I love CDs. Battle Creek, if you can see it right there. Short and sweet tracks, straight up thrash. Real good stuff. So it's thrash weekend here on the 4th of July. Anyway, guys, that is the test. We will see you soon. I want to say have a great rest of your day. God bless you all. Have a great one.